In this session, I'm going to implement one small application like news portal. Which application? News portals. News portal. So let's suppose we have three tags. Yes or no? We will create three tags like one is a movie, second one is a sports, and one politics. So if you click on movie, so we need to display movie information, movie related news. So here we have one template. Suppose this template we can call as a news.html. I will create one template like news.html. So this template will render news. Which news? It will render news based on the user requirement. Like if user click on movie tab, then it will render movies in news. If user click on sports, then in this template we need to render sports information, sports news. If you click on politics, then it needs to render politics. What you need to do? It needs to render politics news information. So let's try to understand how we can implement. So first of all, what we need to do? First of all, we need to create one index.html file which contain all these links. So actually already we have index.html. So let's we create one new file with a different name. So go to the template folder. Let's create one template. I give the template name like news index newsindex.html. Newsindex.html. So let's we copy the basic HTML code. Copy the HTML code. Go to the newsindex.html file. Copy. Now here we write down welcome to news portal. New news portal. News portal. In this news portal, I am going to create one order list. UL tag. We have opened the UL tag. We have closed the UL tag. And now we have create list item. Li. So we have created one li tag. Within a li tag, we are going to create anchor tag. Anchor tag. Let's we close this anchor tag. Now here we write down the text like movie information. Movies information. So similar, I have created three anchor tag. Let's we create three list item. One is a movie and one for politics. So sports information. Let's we give the name like sports information. Sports information. And here we'll give like politics information. Text information. When we click on movies information, then we need to render movies information in news.html template. Actually, news what contains? News contain heading tag, subheading tag. So news what contain? News.html contains information, the information that we need to render. Okay, when movies information needs to be displayed, when user make a request for movie information. So what we need to do? We need to define a view. We need to define a view. So we create one view. Go to the views.py file, and here we define our view. So I'm going to define first view, movies info. I create one view with name movies info. Movies info. This view what will take as a parameter? Request object as a parameter. And now I want to return. So render function will take parameter as a request first parameter. Second parameter, it will take the view template name, which template you want to render, which template code you want to render. So here I give the template name like news.html. We will create news.html later on. So let's suppose my template name in which we want to render news information, that template name news.html. What informations? So, okay, I will pass that information from view to the template. I will pass whatever information we will pass from our view to template, that information needs to be rendered in news.html template. So here we will create one dictionary object. Here we create one dictionary object. So just we create one dictionary object, and this dictionary we will place such type information. We have heading message, we have sub message 1, we have sub message 2, we have sub message 3, and we have some photo. So you can check here. Here under images folder, we have created subfolder. Under static directory, we have images folder which contain all required images like movie, politician, and sports. So here we'll pass, here we take one variable photo. Here we store one key value pair. In the key name is a photo and value is the path of the image. So here this key contain the path of the image. So this information we want to render. Suppose in the news we have heading message and we have some message 1, some message 2, some message 3 and photo we want to render. Whatever you want to, yes, no, information you want to here put, you can put. So here I've created that dictionary. That dictionary, I want to pass that information, movie information from our view to our template. So we can pass information from view to template using context object. So here in this context, we will place our that dictionary, my dictionary. We will place our dictionary. Now we will bind the URL pattern for our for view. Let's now we bind the URL pattern for our view. For which view? Movies info. So go to the url.py file and define one more URL pattern. So let's we define URL pattern slash movie slash and this URL pattern for which view? Views dot views name is movies info. Movies info. Let's save it. Now go to the views once again, and now here we need to define one more view which renders news index.html template. So here we define news info view. I define one view news info. Let's define one view news info, and let's now here we return or render. Okay, view what will take parameter request object. Now render method also take first parameter as a request object request. And the second parameter, you can pass the view name, template name. What is the template name? News index.html. News index.html. Let's save it. Now we save it. We have save all, and now we define the URL pattern for news info. Go to the url.py and let's here define one more URL. So using path, we can define a URL pattern. So news info slash comma for which view? Views dot news info. Okay. Now if you run this application, let's check here. Just run this application. Let's now we run this application. So what the URL pattern we need to bind? Let's now copy the URL pattern once again. Let's copy this URL pattern. And now run this URL pattern. Run this URL. Okay, I need to run which URL pattern? This. So slash in news info. So slash news info. Now run this. Now here you can check here. This is a text actually. Actually, I require this hyperlink. Yes, no? So right now it is not visible in form of hyperlink. Why is not visible? Go to the news index.html. Here we have used the hyperlink, but in this hyperlink we need to use one main required attribute href. In the href we need to give the URL pattern. When user click on this text, then request needs to go to which URL. So you can go to the url.py. In the url.py, we have defined one URL pattern with name /movies. Go to the news index.html. In the href attribute, I give that URL pattern /movies. It means when user click on this link text, request go to this URL. For this URL, which we will invoke? For this URL, we have one view that is a movies info. Movies info we will get invoked. Let's check here. Now refresh the web page once again. Let's run this web page and now type this URL /info /news info. You press enter. Now you can check here. Now it comes in which form? In link form. If you click on this link, you can check here. If you click on this link, you can check here. It's showing error. What is showing? Template does not exist. Yes, we have not created any template with name news.html. So what we need to do? We need to create one template with name news.html. So go to the template folder and let's we create one new template with name news.html. Now let's we write the basic HTML code in this news.html. And now in this news.html, what we need to render? So first of all, we need to render actually in this news.html, what we need to render? Let's one more thing. In this news.html, we need to render heading. You can check here. Go to your view. Your view actually written whatever passing some data. We need to pass head message, heading message, sub message, sub2 message, sub3 and photo. So what we need to do, go to the news dot, this information we need to render in news.html. So let's how we can bind that information. So we can use template text, just double curly braces. Within double curly braces, we can specify that variable name whose value we want to bind. So which variable value we want to bind here? Here we need to bind head message. So you can copy that variable name. Yes, so what is the variable name? Head underscore message. Let's we copy this. Go to the news.html and paste that. And after that, we need to display one list. Subheading, some message 1, some message 2, some message 3. So let's we remove this one. I will create one list tag li close. Now within li tag, I will create one s2 tag, heading s2 tag, subheading, and now here we give the subheading. What the subheading? So now we need to bind that variable name. What is the variable name? Sub underscore message 1. This is a variable name, sub underscore message 1. So now in this way we have 3 sub message. So we need to copy this list item how many times? 3 times. Sub message 1, sub message 2, sub message 3. Sub message 2, sub message 3. You can check here. Go to the views.py file, sub underscore message 1, sub underscore message 2, sub underscore message 3. So go to the news.html, sub message 1, sub message 2, sub message 3. Let's save it and now run it. Once you go again, if you refresh the page, if you click on movies info, now you can check here. You are able to display information here. You can check here. This is a movies information. Yes, you know. Okay, we want to apply some CSS. I want to apply some CSS. Which CSS we want to apply? Let's here, you can check and under static folder, we have created one CSS folder. Under that, we have defined demo.css file. This CSS, I want to apply in news.html. So how you can insert this CSS in news.html? So check here, guys. Last time, we have inserted this CSS file in which file? In which template? Welcome.html. Let's same CSS now we want to use in which news.html. So if you want to load static file in your template, so first of all, at the beginning of the HTML, we need to add this line. Curly braces percentage load static, which will load all the static file in your template. And then second thing, now you need to use which tag? Link tag. Link tag you need to use add to the CSS. Go to the news.html under head section. Now we need to add link tag. In the href here we need to give the yes no URL. So here we are using template tag to insert the CSS file in our template. So curly braces open close percentage static and CSS. Under CSS folder we have one file demo.css. Now you can save it once again and let's check here. Go to the page. Now you can refresh. Now you can check here. Now it's showing information. So this is a main heading. These are three subheading. Okay, I want to display image also here. If you want to display photo also, so how we can display photo? So after UL tag, we are using image tag. Actually, which image we need to render? We need to render which image? Whatever image path we are passing. So if you want to display image, you can check here. So go to the news.html. Here we are using img tag. Which tag? Img tag. Img tag, I'm using one paragraph tag. Let's within a paragraph, I'm going to use, we are going to use div tag. Within a div tag, I'm going to use div image tag. And now if you want to show the image, so how we can give the URL pattern? Curly braces open percentage static, and then you need to specify the URL. Here you can check here we not specify the URL. Here we are passing the name of the we are passing the path of the image dynamically. From our views, whatever path we are passing, here you can check photo variable contain what content. Photo variable contains path information. Whatever this path information content, that photo needs to be rendered. So go to the news.html and here you need to write that variable name which contain the path for your image. So now here whatever it contains the path of the image, that image will be rendered. So now we can make in this way dynamically also. Now you can save once again. You can click on save all. You can save and go to your browser and refresh once more browser. Click on movie information. Now you can check here. Now news.html now render which information? News.html right now render movies information, movies news information. Now similar, suppose if you click on sports information, then news.html needs to render which information? Sports information. So let's now we make it also link tag. So first of all, we need to go one more view we need to define, just like we have defined movies info, we need to define one more view like sports view. So just copy this view and we have paste here and just the name of this view, I give the name like sports view, sports info. What I give the name like sports info. I give the name like sports info. Let's we paste some sports information. In the sports also it contains, you can check here, it contains heading, some message 1, some message 2, and some message 3, and photo. So say, yeah, you can check here. I create one more dictionary which contains information for sports. So this is a heading for sports and some message 1, some message 2, some message 3. This is the information for sports. And now photo variable contains now sports photo. Now we define here, you can check here we define our dictionary. So you can just make more proper indication. And then finally, what we are returning? We are returning render. And now which view which template we are rendering? News.html. Now news.html will render which news information? Sports information. Now we bind the URL pattern for that also. So copy this movies URL pattern. Let's paste here. I give the like sports / sports. Now you can save it. Go to the news index.html. In this anchor tag, you can use hyperlink. In this hyperlink, you can give the URL pattern. What URL pattern? Sports. Now you can click on Save All button. Now go to the browser once again and now refresh your web page. Now if you click movie information, you can check here you are able to see movie information. If you click on sports information, now you can check here. Now same template will render which information? Same template will rendering movie information. If you click on sports information, okay, so now you need to check here. Go back once again. If you click movies information, is fine. If you click on sports information, okay, check the URL pattern once again, sports. Now go to the your views. Okay, sports information. What that heading? Head message is sports. My dictionary. News.html. We need to save once again this page also. This is a sports info. Okay, the problem is that go to your URL. In this URL, we have not changed the views. Actually, sports for this URL pattern, which view need to be bind? Sports info. Let's save once again and go to the browser and refresh your page once again. Now you can check if you click on movies information, news.html will render movie information. If you click sports information, now you can check here. Now news.html will render which information? Sports information. If you click on politics, so it will news.html needs to render which information? Politics information. We will make politics also. So now go to the VS Code. First of all, go to the view and we define one more view. We are going to define one more view. I'm going to define one more view and I give the name like politics info. Politics info. Now we change the text for this politics info. So I will create one more dictionary which contains politics head information, some message 1, some message 2, some message 3, and we can say photo information. We make it proper indentations. We make a proper indentation. Okay. Let's save it. Now we need to define URL pattern. So just copy this path and paste one more time. Now change the URL pattern. I give the URL pattern politics. And for which view? Politics info view. Let's save it. Now nothing you need to do. You can check here the same template. How many templates you have created? One template. Same template will render which information? It will render dynamic information. If you click on movie information, it will render movie information. If you click on sports information, it will display sport information. If you click politics information, it will click on politics information. Now go to the url.py. I have defined this URL pattern for politics view. So what we need to do, we need to go newsindex.html, and in this anchor tag, we need to add that URL pattern. So anchor tag href equal to politics. Let's anchor tag we have missed. Okay. Let's save it once again. Go to the file. You can save all once. Go to the browser. refresh your page. Now you can check it. If you click movies information, it display movie information. If you click sports information, it will display sports information. If you click politics information, you can check it will display politics information. So now in this way, we can create one simple news portal application. And here you need to understand your template will render dynamic data. Yes, no? News.html, how many templates you have created? Only one template you have created. You have not required to create separate template for each information. Yes, no? Like movies, sports, politics. Yes, no? We have created one template, and that template will render the data based on user click action. If user perform movie information, if user click on movie information, it will display movie information. If user click on sports information, it will populate sports information. If user click on politics information, it will display politics information. So I hope it's clear how we can create one simple news portal application in Django. Thank you.